Have you ever wondered what it's like to witness a rising star challenge a living legend? In the world of basketball, that's precisely what happened when Penny Hardaway, the young sensation, schooled none other than Michael Jordan. How did this thrilling showdown unfold? Let's dive into the electrifying tale. Anthony Dion Hardaway, better known as Penny Hardaway, was born on July 18, 1971 in Memphis, Tennessee. Even though he lived through a difficult childhood, he showed early basketball talent. Penny had to deal with financial difficulties as a child because he was raised by a single mother. He was driven to achieve in basketball by his mother's commitment and his own effort. He was a standout athlete while still in high school, and as a result, he received a scholarship to the University of Memphis. In Memphis, his career went to a more professional level, where he continued to develop his abilities. His excellent shooting skills and passing were known at that time. Due to his likeness to the Inspector Gadget cartoon character Penny, he was given the nickname Penny throughout his undergraduate years. That's how the legendary name was born. When Penny Hardaway first entered the NBA in 1993, there was a combination of excitement and skepticism among the basketball community. Fans were originally curious with the Orlando Magic for selling away Chris Webber, a widely anticipated superstar, for Penny Hardaway, a comparatively unknown player. The Magic already had a capable point guard in the form of Scott Skiles, which only served to further complicate the situation. Why add another point guard loomed large in the mind of the audience. There comes the answer to their doubts. It didn't take Penny long, though, to clarify any uncertainties and demonstrate his tremendous aptitude. Without a shadow of a doubt, he quickly established himself as the real deal. Standing tall as a point guard, Penny had a skill set that was highly diverse and resembled that of the legendary Magic Johnson, but with a much better shooting ability. He developed into Shaquille O'Neal's perfect counterbalance to his imposing presence. A basketball fan's fantasy was realized in spades because of the chemistry between those two exceptional athletes. The Orlando Magic's climb in the NBA was launched by Penny's arrival, which was the ideal catalyst for the team. The dynamics of the team were altered by his presence, and basketball fans were enthralled. The tall point guard, who could not only run the court and pass the ball, but also shoot with incredible accuracy, quickly became known to the crowd as a rare jewel. Being one of the most intriguing and exceptional players in NBA history, Penny's combination of height, ball handling, court vision, and shooting power was, in fact, a revelation. Penny's shooting ability was a game changer, a spectacular facet of his play that left fans and teammates alike in awe. It makes you wonder, how did he develop such a refined shot right from the start of his NBA journey? The moment he stepped onto the court, he left a lasting impression by notching his first NBA field goal, showcasing his confidence and innate scoring ability. The speed at which he adapted to the professional level was astonishing. He simply got in and did it right off the bat. One can't help but wonder, how does a player make such a seamless transition into the league? For his teammates, Penny was a dream to play alongside. His unselfishness and vision were truly remarkable. Imagine being one of his teammates. If you ran hard and found your spot, you knew he was going to hit you with a precision pass. How must it have felt to play with a point guard who had that level of court vision and trust in his teammates? But Penny's shooting prowess extended beyond just assists. His ability to shoot threes made defenders wary. They had to honor Penny's three-point shot, which begged the question, how do you defend a player who can both drive to the hoop with finesse and shoot from long range with deadly accuracy? Then, of course, there was the imposing presence of Shaquille O'Neal in the lineup. Opposing teams had to worry about Penny's shooting, but also about Shaq potentially shattering the rim. It's intriguing how Penny and Shaq created a dynamic duo that kept opponents constantly on their toes. With the mighty Michael Jordan on the other side, you wonder, how do you strategize against such a multifaceted offensive force? In the golden era of basketball, when players were fueled by an unquenchable thirst for victory, Penny Hardaway stood out as a fierce competitor. When it came to facing legends like Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, he was no exception. But what did it feel like squaring off against the iconic MJ? Let's dive into Penny's perspective. Hardaway, once a fan himself, entered the league with a unique mindset. He recalled the peculiar mix of awe and determination when Jordan made his legendary comeback. "I'm the big dog myself," Penny thought, acknowledging Jordan's greatness, but steadfast in his self-belief. "Michael is Michael. but you're gonna have to show me." This bold mentality was rooted in his own established presence in the league. Upon facing the Bulls, Penny noticed the rust in Jordan's game, but the undeniable truth remained. MJ was a bad dude on the court. The respect was unwavering, but Penny's strategy was clear. Be on the offensive before Jordan could strike. He admitted with a wry grin, "All we did was piss him off." In those intense matchups, Penny Hardway epitomized the spirit of competition, where respect for the legends fueled the desire to challenge them. It's a glimpse into a bygone era where the NBA was a battleground for Titan, and Penny Hardaway stood tall among them, unafraid to take on the best. Do you remember the 90s, the era of baggy jeans, iconic TV shows, and the golden age of basketball? In this labyrinth of nostalgia, a name stands out: Penny Hardaway. An iconic figure, a magician on the court, Penny's story is a roller coaster of incredible highs and heart-wrenching lows. So how did this exceptional talent rise, face adversity, and leave an indelible mark on the game? Starting with a bang, Penny's entry into the NBA was nothing short of meteoric. How many of us remember those mesmerizing plays, the agility and the finesse that made us jump off our seats? But, as with any gripping tale, there was a twist in the story. He had to deal with injuries. These weren't just any injuries. They drastically affected his play. He once said, "I couldn't run the same. My gait changed." From being the poster boy of the NBA, celebrated and adored, his trajectory took a downward turn. From first-team All-NBA, he soon found himself struggling to be recognized for his previous glories. The subsequent trade, from the Suns to the Knicks and then to the Miami Heat, seemed like desperate attempts to revive what was once a promising career. Yet the injuries continued to plague him. His opponents, censoring his vulnerability, often took advantage of his ankles. As time passed, teams grew hesitant to bet on him, and eventually, the once celebrated star faded from the limelight. However, every cloud has a silver lining. For Penny, it was his epic face-offs against none other than the legendary Michael Jordan, MJ. When asked about playing against MJ during the Bulls' reign, Penny had some fascinating insights. There was a time when MJ, after his first retirement, returned to the NBA. For many, it was a dream come true to watch him play again. For young players like Penny, it was a unique opportunity to play against their idol. When MJ made his comeback, Penny's initial reaction was a mix of awe and anxiety. He remembered thinking, "He's fat." It's intriguing to note the candid mix of respect and competitive spirit in Penny's attitude towards MJ. While he respected Jordan for the legend he was, Penny also recognized the importance of establishing his dominance. And he did. Recalling one of their face-offs, Penny gleefully shared how he scored a whopping 36 points against Jordan. That game wasn't just a win for his team, but a personal victory for Penny, proving his mettle against his basketball idol. Despite the ups and downs of his career, what remains undisputed is Penny's talent and the mark he left on the game. His battles against injuries and his performances against the greats like MJ form a significant chapter in the annals of basketball history. While he may not have consistently schooled Jordan, he certainly stood his ground, displaying an unmatched blend of skill and audacity. These matchups symbolize the changing of the guard in the NBA, where the past met the future. Before we wrap up, let's take a moment to appreciate Penny Hardaway. In an era defined by giants, he stood tall. Injuries might have dimmed his shine, but they couldn't diminish the impact he made on the court and in the hearts of fans. There you have it, folks. Penny Hardaway's tale is both inspiring and heart-wrenching. For basketball fans, he remains an unforgettable legend. Don't forget to hit that like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more. If you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, stay tuned for more episodes, where we bring the stories of basketball greats to life.